Hi, today's topic is about the Jerry curl, the wave Nouveau, the Gina curl, the permanent wave, the Hawaiian silky curl, the carefree curl, the back in the day curl, and the soul glow. Yes, we won't talk about that today because there's a need to. There's people that's going back to the soul glow. And it ain't nothing wrong with it. You know why? Because your hair grow. Okay? Your hair grow with the soul glow. Back in the day, they had products that was a little oily, a little heavy, a little greasy, So, it gave the soul glow a bad name. But today, we have a billion million of natural hair care products that we can use on our hair. So we don't have to, use those old back in the day products. Now, let me tell you something about old back in the day products. They worked. It's a little greasy. But everybody I knew who had the Jerry curl, the soul glow, had a head full of hair. Now, didn't it? Now, unless they cut it into a style, they had a head full of thick, bushy hair. You know they did. So don't be talking, don't be knocking the soul glow. Okay, so anyhow, I need to give y'all some tips about caring for your curl. Nowadays they have the Wave Nouveau. They still have the Carefree curl out there, and if I'm not mistaken, they still have the curly perms out there in little kits. Remember back in their little boxes that they had? They still got them. They still got them. I think they do. But anyway, we need to talk about it because there's more people going from natural back to the curly perm. And let me tell you something. It's all the same thing. This new Gina curl, they call this the Gina curl. It's the same thing, basically. They got the permanent wave, the same thing. And let me give you the difference between African Americans getting it and Caucasian people getting it. Normally, when we get our curl, our Wave Nouveau, we have to straighten our hair a bit before we rod it up. Caucasian people don't really have to do that because most of their hair is already straight, semi-straight. So when they get it, they don't have to go through the straightening process of it. We do. Now, when we do that, it compromises our hair a little bit more because we had to straighten it before we actually able to curl it. So what we're doing, we're changing the structure of it first before we restructure it with a perm rod. That's what we're doing. They don't have to do that. More Caucasian people or people with straighter hair, they don't have to go through that straightening process because the hair is already straightened. All they have to do is put the curling solution on and allow it to curl and then rinse it out, take it out. That's the difference between African American hair or more already tight curly hair than loose to straight hair. Okay, that's the difference, but mostly it's the same thing. It's the same thing. So with us, our hair require a lot of moisture. It does. One reason is why we had to go through that straightening process first, which Caucasian hair don't have to go through that straightening process first. So that straightening process dries our hair out more. It's more compromised. More bonds are being broken to get it to do what we want it to do. So that requires more moisture to be put back in there. It just does because we started off with that. In the other hand, they didn't have to start off with that. Caucasian hair, straighter hair, don't have to start off with that straightening process. So you have to keep your hair moisturized. Now, I heard that some people may want to try, they get a little tired of wearing the hair curly. And when more Caucasian or straighter hair people get theirs, they like it because it swells their cuticles and their hair is fuller. Your hair fuller and it's bouncier. And a lot of times, the ladies that I've seen, they either wear it curly or they get a roller set. and because they want the fuller look. It makes their hair thicker, feel fuller because the cuticles are swollen. Okay, so with us, we like it because it smooths our hair a little bit, make it a little bit more manageable. It loosens our curl pattern. It loosens it so that it's more manageable and it's pretty, a looser curl, and we can do more with it. But it requires that extra moisture that we have to put in, that most times Caucasian people don't have to put that in their hair. Okay? It's not to say that they don't use a little creams and oils, because they do. We just have to use a little bit more. Okay? Because we did an extra step in the beginning. Okay? Remember that. That's important. Now, sometimes we decide, I want to maybe wear some braids, but I got a curl. You can do that if your hair is healthy enough to do that. If your hair is breaking, now this is whether you got a curl or not. If your hair is breaking, I wouldn't go get no braids. I wouldn't. You can do what you want to do. This is your hair. I would not go get braids if my hair is already compromised. You know why I wouldn't do it? Well, I want to treat my hair. I want to deep condition my hair, moisturize my hair. It's a difference, because sometimes when you deep condition, you use protein. And then when you moisturize your hair, you use a conditioner. You have to have that balance of the two. Protein and condition. I want to do that. 1 week, I protein. Next week, I condition. And reverse. You do that to keep the moisture balance in your hair going to grow. Because you can't have too much protein and you can't have too much condition. I'll tell you why. Too much protein makes your hair hard. But it's supposed to make it hard because it's protein. It kind of coats the hair, builds the bonds, and make it hard. But if it's too hard, you comb through it, it break. Protein build up and make your hair hard, but strong, but it'll tend to break. So you have to go back and do a conditioning, moisturize, softening conditioner, moisture. Then you have the balance of the two. You have your protein for the strength, your protein for the strength, and your conditioner for the softening. Now you got a balance. That hair just doing what you want it to do. It's just doing what you want it to do. It's healthy, getting healthy. Okay, so you have to do that. Now, if you have the braids, you may not be able to do that good because you got the braids. You got to try to put product in there. Can't wash it how you want to. All your strands ain't getting all the treatment that you need to do to it. Then when you take the braids out, you think your hair's supposed to be good, but it ain't, because you wasn't able to treat your hair. You're not able to treat it successfully. You're with having braids in, so I wouldn't do it. If you're gonna do a style, you get tired of braids, wear a wig. I do. Wear a wig, you can braid your hair down up underneath lightly, protect it with a cap. Wear a wig. They even got braid wigs. That way you can take that wig off, treat your hair, and put it right back on. Cause you're trying to take care of your hair. You're trying to get your hair strong and healthy. You don't want to compromise your hair for one style, and then once you finish the style, you got to cut your hair off because the hair broke and you ain't happy with it. My main thing is continue to have healthy hair goals. Continue to do that. That way you achieve your goal. Okay, so let me take a look at my notes. Now, like I said, there's pros and cons of having a wave nouveau, a curl, a Jerry curl, a Gina curl. There's pros and cons, because you do have to keep your hair moisturized. You cannot let it get dry. Now, nowadays, you can use natural hair products. All those natural hair products, they got a whole line in the stores for just us. Natural hair products that we can use on our Gina curl, on our wave nouveau, on our soul glow. Yes, you can use all those natural hair products, because the key is to keep that hair moisturized. That's it. So if y'all want to go back to the soul glow, let's go. I love doing the curls. I love it. Y'all need to check out my Facebook channel. That's Corietta Thurston. That's my name. That's who I am. Yes, and I put some pictures up there to see some of the results of my curls, my Wave Nouveau curls. So check me out. And I'm gonna try to let this be short, because you know we on YouTube and we have to make these short videos for y'all on YouTube. So let me see. Yeah. Let me end with saying that protect your hair when you got the curls. It's flammable. And whether you got the curls or not, anytime you putting products on your hair, it's flammable. So protect your hair. Keep your nails good, because you can snag your hair out. Make sure your cap's on good, because they can roll up and pull your hair out. So be careful when you're wearing different, styles with your curls, your relaxed hair, whatever. Make sure your nails, your hair bands and things are intact good, or you'll end up ripping your hair out. That's with anything. Okay, so again, with the Soul Glow and the Jerry curl and the Gina curl, the Leisure curl, the Hawaiian Silky curl, let's come back, because we ready to have healthy and beautiful hair. Okay, y'all got any more things y'all want me to discuss? Leave me a note down in the comment box and we'll discuss it. Thank you, and you have a great day, because you know what? It's all about you.